my favorite part of that is answeredness. Absolutely. That is fantastic. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is exciting. I don't know why I'm sepia-toned, but let's do this.
I don't know why I've got my GeoHug background. That's confusing as well. What's happened here?
That is very confusing. I don't know. But I did, speaking of my lighting being weird color, I learned a fun thing today.
What did you learn, Steve? What was this fun thing you learned? What are we doing? Like breakfast radio? What the fuck am I doing?
I learned a fun thing. Oh, no, it's going to take a turn from breakfast radio, Dan.
Okay.
I learned a fun thing, apparently, and I didn't know this. I can't believe that I'm 43 years old before learning this. Apparently, I'm racist. I didn't know that.
You didn't know?
I didn't know, but I posted the 5 main cast members of the movie that I'm starting to shoot this week, and someone commented that it was a very, very white cast, and I replied that the lead of the movie is native, and also one of the other people, his last name is Santiago, and they told me that, and I said not everyone who presents white is white, and he told me I was wrong. So
you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Apparently, you can tell a native person that they're too pale to be native, and that's not racist. Somehow.
That's not racist, but you're racist though. Just want to double check. You're racist?
Yes. I'm racist for being in a movie with a native lead who looks kind of white. So.
Man, Steve, all I can say is if you're racist, welcome to the club, brother. Nice to have you here. As an Australian, it's good to have you. Good to have you change sides, finally.
Yeah, you know what? I did not know I was eligible for Australian citizenship, but now I guess I am. So.
You are. Dude, you passed the test. You did it.
I cannot think of something more racist than saying that someone's ethnicity doesn't count because of their skin color. That is insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I'm on side with you, Steve. Damn it, that means I'm racist too. It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, it's the so woke you're asleep kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It seems to have that vibe. So they're like, that person isn't native enough.
Yes.
They're too white to be native.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, okay, have you ever stayed up for more than a full day?
Yes, I've been to university, Steve. Everybody's had things due. Yes,
you were in law school. So how long do you think you have stayed awake in a row? Like how many hours? What's your
maybe like 36 hours or something, like just kind of the all-nighter that pushes in, because like the deadline was always 4 or 6 p.m. I forget. I always got it in slightly after the deadline, let's be honest. But it was around that time.
Which a total segue from that, perfect, because that's around when you wake up now. And so
Okay, hurtful. This is at 1 p.m. I'll have you know, and I was there for sound check, kind of on time.
That is true. My point is that if you stay up that long, you're awake technically, but you're kind of asleep.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at now, because I taped the special yesterday, and oh boy, am I not sure if this is a dream. Like I'm in the show, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm in the show.
Am
I in the show?
That might be why.
Are people here?
That's why my camera's sepia-toned, because it's a dream.
Because it's a dream sequence. Dude, is there a dream sequence in your film? Does the dream involve only white people? Steve, be honest now. Be honest now. What color do you dream in?
There is a dream in the film, and it is had by the lead who is native, but according to this guy, she's white. So it does qualify. So
yeah. Damn. Even the dream sequences are white. Was this an Steve, might this have occurred online, this interaction? Might this have been you putting something online and then this appeared in the comments, Steve?
How did you know that this was a comment online? The thing that annoys me the most about it though is like, this is why the left loses. Like it's because there are people like that who then say, no, you're not one of us enough to be us. And then eventually someone like me just goes, fuck you. And if I wasn't like a progressive crusader, like if I was just one of my cousins Like, that'd be it. There'd go the vote. So
That'd be it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that is. I mean, say what you want about these goddamn Republicans, and heaven knows that you do. Heaven that exists, it is Christian. Sorry. Yeah, like they've got a good model. They're like, hey, do you disagree with anything the left says? Then you might be one of us.
Yeah,
We'll have you. We'll have anybody.
You saw that start to happen once Dave Chappelle did like a couple of trans jokes. All of a sudden, these right-wing people were like, "Oh, I've always loved Chappelle." It's like, what? He said a lot of things about you specifically. Like,
Yeah.
but the second they think that someone supports one of their hateful causes, they're like, "Come on in."
Yeah, you're gonna love it here.
Yeah.
Come on into Australia. You're gonna enjoy it.
Now you guys got rid of fascism. You guys, kind of.
Did we ever have it? I don't know if we ever had it. We're quite a soft people, Steve. We've never really been into uniforms.
Well, I just meant Scott Morrison.
Oh, Scott Morrison. Oh, that wasn't a fashion. Did I say? Do you know this? Sorry, I was wondering if this. I wonder if this made it internationally at all.
No.
Do you know that Scott Morrison just took on a bunch of secret portfolios in government?
What?
Like while he was prime minister, he just took on like 6 more portfolios. Like
What? Wait, explain that to. What does portfolio mean in this context?
oh, so kind of like women's affairs, like health, like just like cabinet positions, basically.
Like he just took on other people's positions?
Yeah, without telling anybody. Like this came out after he got, after Albanese got elected. It was just like, yeah, so Scott Morrison just took over half the cabinet personally.
Who
and was
did
just
they
doing
think,
that.
Who did they think was doing the job?
The person who previously was doing the job. Like he was like, no, I'll take that. Like you're not doing a good enough job, and just took it. Yeah, just like 6 kind of secret ministries. Like he was like running.
So wait, Scott Morrison ran women's affairs for Australia?
Yeah. Oh, we've had a good history of that. Don't even worry about that. Tony Abbott, the guy who got yelled at in Parliament for being whoever is typing incredibly loudly, please stop. So Scott Morrison, so Tony Abbott, who like got yelled at in Parliament for being a sexist, was actually like head of women's affairs. It's a very weird thing in Australian politics that Liberal Party leader, who is always a white guy, tends to run women's affairs.
That is, and by the way, for those who don't know, liberal in Australia means the opposite here.
Yeah, it's like the toilet water thing, you know, it's reversed.
Exactly. And that party is toilet water. But
Scott
Morrison and Tony Abbott running women's affairs would be like me appointing myself the director of tanning.
Yeah.
It's
the new director of Rolex, Daniel Muggleton. This guy's on time. He loves it. He's so good. Yeah. But I was just wondering if that made the news elsewhere, because I found that pretty bizarre. That was like just this guy just quietly taking over the government by himself. I mean, you guys actually could probably relate to that.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but we've got a few quietly taking over the government stories that we're dealing with. So, yeah, it's hard for the Australian stuff to make it through.
Yeah, I feel like you get none of our news, and that's sad because some of our news isn't just bogans in floods being like, yeah, it's fucking wet. You know, there's more to it.
Yeah. No, we do not get any of your news.
Was Democracy Manifest you guys? Was that guy you?
How could he not be us?
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
A man trying to run out on a Chinese meal, and then getting put in a headlock, and then describing the quality of the headlock. That's an Australian.
Yeah.
That's the one news that I care made it to us. That's all I want is that man.
And Lady, it made it to us 10 years after it happened.
And it's coming back around.
Democracy had already manifested heaps. Steve, there seems to be a problem in the chat. No one can hear you.
They can hear you, just evidently you're quieter than Dan.
It's low?
Would you like me to be lower? I can go lower.
Okay,
How
that's
low
weird.
can you go?
I can check.
I can go fucking.
I can check the board. Leedy, do you have any drawings already?
It's always perfect in sound check, and then it comes here and it's all fuckety.
Here, Dan, explain to them the first game, and I'll double check the board.
Okay.
Did
Taylor,
I play the first game?
Yep.
please take Steve off the screen. Lady, guess what? It's our show again.
Yeah! This is Democracy Manifest.
I mean, not really, but that is American Democracy Manifest. All right.
Fix it.
We get a bunch of you on the screen. You fixed it? We're feeling
I think
good?
so. Am I better?
Oh, much better.
Yay.
Okay, great. Steve, that's why people weren't getting that involved in your initial anecdote. Like, we just can't hear why Steve's a racist. We just heard the racist bit. And to check the comments and hope for the best.
Yeah, and they just assume. They're like, this is old news. We know this already. Yeah, my favorite thing on that is that, so I have this video about all the horrible shit Herschel Walker has done, and there's a bunch of Southern white guys accusing me of being racist for supporting Raphael Warnock over Herschel Walker.
Who's also a black man.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I get that, Dan. That it's not an obvious African-American name, Womack, but he is.
Yeah. Herschel Walker's a crazy guy, right? Did he used to play NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He was good for 3 years.
That
And he
explains
played-
some of the.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
one of the lines in the video is that he shouldn't worry about CRT, he should worry about CTE.
What's CRT?
Critical race theory.
It's a law school course that the right has decided is being taught to kindergartners. There's a lot to explain, Dan. There's yeah.
What kind of psycho kindergartner can spell theory, let alone? Yes. All right, first game of the show. Welcome to Ask Us Everything. You actually get to ask us things. It's not just Steve and I digesting the comments, I promise. The first game is called Last Call. We get you up on screen. We ask a bunch of 50-50 questions, and based on the answer, you leave your camera on or shut it off until there is one person remaining. It's kind of like an election, but the outcome doesn't matter. Taylor, what's the scoreboard?
Sorry, I jumped the gun. 21-20, Dan.
Yeah. Dan took the lead. Yeah. It may as well be a soccer game because the Americans are losing.
Fucking Dutch.
Perfect. All right, let's get last call going. It's last call. Time to shut your screen off based on the question. I know who I want to win this game. I know who I want to win this game. Oh, yeah.
Okay, people, stop yelling at me that you want to play. I'm getting there.
Also, it is amazing that the U.S. lost to the Dutch in a game of soccer because the Dutch wear wooden shoes, and that hurts that much more. See, I'm leaning into this new persona. What do you think? I'm gonna tweet about getting canceled. It's gonna be great.
I think your logic's pretty clogged. Flogged.
Clogged. Nice.
So wait, was that you trying to be racist against the Dutch? Because oh boy, Steve, can I top you?
Let's not. But you know what? I'm baby steps in baby wooden shoes.
Like, Steve, that comment was actually very offensive. Like, not every Dutch person wears wooden shoes, especially not the footballers. They wear athletic boots. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that a good Dutch accent or not? I'm never sure.
I thought you were doing Sean Connery trying to do a Dutch accent.
Yeah, I actually thought you were doing an Australian's impression of an American's impression of Sean Connery's impression of a Dutch guy. So it was spot on.
I find your feedback very mean.
Now you just sound like an American.
All right, Steve, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. What if the opening question is like, if you are racist, shut your camera. No. All right. We did World Cup stuff already. I'm trying to think about this. Okay. If you've been to Europe, shut your camera off.
Been to Europe?
Yes. Ooh, I actually got a decent amount.
Fuck, I thought that was going to be a one-hitter. But then I realized that Meg can't drive to Europe.
She was ready to yell at you and be like, I can drive. Oh, I see.
I I was very much ready to yell at you.
Gus is only 7 years old, so he can't get an adult passport yet to go on his own.
Yeah.
Okay, split the two, split the pair. I'm gonna. All right. This Steve, I could lose this, but it follows from the Dutch theme. If you have consumed / smoked marijuana in the last 7 days, shut your camera off.
Before you even said the end of the question, Gus's camera was off.
Yeah, because I reminded him that he should smoke weed. He was like, "Oh shit."
I have COVID. I had to take a break.
Oh, that's damn it. This is. I knew COVID was bad.
Yeah.
I always
Fuck, man.
suspected.
Thank you for pointing out in the chat. I am absolutely cheering COVID. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Good word for the boys. Oh man.
Once
Steve.
again, COVID hurts America more than Australia.
Correct. That's it. Are you guys getting another wave? We're gonna wave at the moment. Everyone's kind of getting it. It's a bit of a thing. There's a bit of a vibe.
Yeah.
It's definitely increased in numbers. But it's not like it's until we had such insane waves of it that I don't think it's even registering with us unless like most people die, because that's what was going on last year. So
Sorry. It's not even registering unless most people die. It's just
pretty much.
Us Everything next week is just like 7 people. It's like, oh my god.
Don't even joke about that. No, thank you.
No.
Everyone's live. I think everyone's alive.
Yeah.
On the outside.
Welcome to Ask Us Everything, where we're all dead emotionally.
It used to be a family show. Now it's more of just one guy just going to the store every now and again.
Well, Dan, you just have to win one more time. Steve, you got to get 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I'm facts, man.
I'll put it out there. I just filmed a comedy special last night. It went quite well, but I'm happier now. I can put this thing away. And Steve's smiling, but it'll fucking kill him if I snake this from the end, especially given the win in absentia. That's gonna drive it.
if you win by 1, it'll kill me. Because that one is ridiculous. But no, I'm very proud of you. The best thing in the world is beating you in this. But the second best thing in the world, okay, I think it's like the 6th or 7th.
Hey, do you know what the about 1,000th best thing in the world is?
What?
Andrew Rivers putting out another comedy special. All right. It's so fun because I don't know him at all. If I did, it'd be mean. But since I don't, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. All right, we get into reverse icebreakers. Everybody's favorite game.
Breakers.
A classic, an Ask Us Everything classic. Who we got? What is up? Show, she good?
We got Ashley.
Ashley, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? So the phrase was, I don't want a massage. I just want to relax.
Okay. I have a genuine guess on this because I do know that so Ashley runs a massage place. I don't know what
it still hasn't been repaired from the explosion last year, but yeah, I'm a massage therapist.
This is, by the way, I'm definitely writing psycho massage therapist after this. Explosions, it's incredible. But
I will give you insights and feedback.
but running, okay. So I'm assuming someone came in just to nap. Like that's got to be this one, right?
I was gonna go the opposite. I was gonna say it's a marriage. It's the husband trying to get something going, and he's like, "How about a massage?" Just trying to get in there. And the wife's like, "I don't want a massage. I just want to relax."
Oh! What's the first line of the world's worst porn?
What has nobody ever said to Deshaun Watson?
Oh my god.
Remember that? You're a football fan. It's quite a good joke.
Yeah.
All right. What do we? I think we're. Come on. We must have been close.
So I'm currently working mobile and going and doing house calls. And there is a family of 5 that I treat, and the youngest one is 8 years old. And she used to love massages all the time. And when we were discussing their family's next appointment, she's like, I don't want a massage. I just want to relax.
So,
Even though I go to their house. Like, she has to do nothing.
so by the way, who's ever talking to the background, please don't. So I just want to. This is an 8-year-old who. What fucking stress is this 8-year-old going through?
Fortnite.
I just picture Ashley goes to massage the kid. She's taking a long drag off a cigarette, being like, "You don't know the shit I've seen today." Yeah, they had me doing fractions.
Family has good benefits, so take advantage of it.
Dude, what? What 8-year-old? Yeah, I'm like, forget just a stressed 8-year-old. Just what 8-year-old has any tension in their body at all? Like, as an 8-year-old, I never woke up being like, oh God, this kink in my neck. Must have slept bad.
Well, when she was a year and a half old, because I've been treating her since she was that young, if I asked her if she had sore spots, she would actually respond with like, my back. Every time.
Is this family forcing their kids to do manual labor? Like what?
That would be hilarious.
Like you just, I mean, hilarious is not the first word I'd have picked, but the idea that you show up and she's like, I just want to relax, and you see a pile of shoes she's made in the corner.
Because she's Dutch.
She's been sanding these shoes.
Just with a Fisher-Price sanding tool. Just
By the way, there are games now that are chores. It's very strange. Like there's a video game that it was very popular. This is on Xbox, and it's basically like a run your own restaurant video game. But really, what you are supposed to do is just fucking chores. And that's the game. You're just doing chores with a controller. So I think maybe some of these kids are stressed because they're like, I put in a long shift at the diner today.
Paid shit, and now I'm here.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, are we sure this kid isn't Benjamin Button? Aging in reverse, like just one, but actually an old man.
Oh, maybe it's one of those child emperors.
Yeah. Like they've just taken the throne, and they're like, you wouldn't believe how many people I had tonight. I can barely lift the sword.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ashley. I've got this is an anecdote that I didn't think I'd share on the show, but my
Wait,
wife.
before you do, Taylor, please change my name back.
all right. Took you long enough.
Feel free to leave mine in the original German. I don't mind.
It's my favorite rap group.
So, Ashley, my wife went to get a massage last Friday. She was getting the massage. The masseuse was like saying she had a lot of tightness in her hips. She was like, do you have any cysts on your ovaries? Do you have endometriosis? Like anything about that? Because that can be why the tension's there. My wife's like, oh, maybe like at some point. And she's like, I'm also getting a very strong feeling from you. And my wife was like, what? She's like, yeah, I feel like there's a presence hovering around your body. She was like, has anyone in your family had a miscarriage recently? And she was like, no. And she's like, have you had a miscarriage? And she's like, no. She's like, is anyone in the family had a miscarriage ever? And she's like, oh, like a long time ago. And she's like, yeah, because I'm getting this sense there's a boy hovering around you.
Oh, God, no.
Wow.
And then she's like, what? And she's like, yeah, the boy wants to be born. It's the miscarriage from your mother. Your mother miscarried a girl.
Ah!
Boy. And you're going to get pregnant with this boy.
Ah!
Valentine's Day. And my wife was just like, what? I just wanted him. She got psychicked mid massage.
He didn't just get psychicked. She got like depressingly psychicked. Like
Very
even
depressingly psychic.
even if that is the thing that person saw, and even if that person was psychic, and I don't think that she is, because if you have powers like that, you don't go, and also I do shoulders. The idea, like, even if you sense that, just fucking keep it to yourself. Keep that one in, and maybe tell them anything else that you sense.
This is the thing. So I've nicknamed this thing Ghost Baby.
As you should.
I'm like, Ghost Baby's around us all the time now. We drove to Canberra, Ghost Baby was in the car, you know. Look, I don't get massages often. Is this normal? Like, have you ever heard this happening before? Because she's like, this is fucking crazy. And I'm like, did you pay for them? Because you came out more stressed than how you came in.
Yeah.
She was a bit of a tight neck. Now she's like, I'm fucking haunted by my mom's miscarriage. What?
Yeah, the next masseuse is like, I sense tension. She's like, yeah, fucking yeah.
And it's bloody Steph's fault. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. If someone did that here in Ontario, like, you would probably end up getting like the regulatory body coming down on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the body you practice on when you massage?
I assumed it was the regulatory body of the Ghost Baby.
Yeah.
I went in so two years ago I was having really terrible headaches, and the doctors were convinced that it was neurological. It ended up being physical. It was just a thing with my spine. Got it worked out. But at the time, they thought it was neurological. And so I went in for a CAT scan, and they said that I would get the results within 2 to 3 days. And then 6 days later, I finally got the results because they had like screwed something up. And everything was fine with the CAT scan, but it's a little ridiculous because one of the biggest causes of headaches is stress. So thinking that you might die can add to the headaches a little. Yeah.
And your spine's fine, and you don't have a ghost baby?
No, it was the Ghost Baby was sitting on my spine in the wrong spot. Yeah. So
the whole thing. Why can't they just go up to purgatory with all the unbaptized Catholic kids? Have some respect.
Oh my God.
All right.
That dark? I thought Ghost Baby was significantly darker than that.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of cute.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I would definitely refer to that as Casper, for sure.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Good work. Well played, Steve. Get him an accuracy point, I believe.
Yeah, it is. By the way, I never really thought about that before. But what a dark cartoon Casper was.
Oh yeah.
They're just like, here's a kid's cartoon. Here's this dead kid. Come enjoy your Saturday morning.
It was, big government letting us know it's okay to die as a child, I guess.
Oh my God.
Regulatory body. Taylor's gone down the rabbit hole, folks. Taylor finally got there.
I know what's good next. Yes, I'll do your reverse icebreaker.
Well, drag us out of this. I believe in you.
Well, first of all, I made sure I voted in the Tampa election for Muggleton the Flamingo.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I know that, like, they're probably not going to pick it because it's not an actual vote. But at the same time, boy, would I love to see a day in that social media manager's life.
I'll obviously keep you guys posted if they, like, reach out in any way, shape, or form, being like, are you aware that 1,000 Americans want you to be want this flamingo to be named after you? That was fantastic, by the way. That was so great. I gotta go. Maybe I could stage a protest when I'm in America next, just at the airport, being like, "You should have been called Muggleton. Stop the steal." Anyway, thank you, Israel, for your support. What is your reverse icebreaker?
A GIF of the Israeli flag.
A GIF of the Israeli flag.
So I assume a GIF where it's like like rustling.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what else you do in the GIF, but I assume it's that. I don't know if there's like a talking Israeli flag.
What is definitely not in Putin's email signature?
Yeah.
Thinking about it, a GIF of an Israeli flag. Is it like, did somebody try and print out an Israeli flag, but instead of using an image, they use the GIF? So it's just this weird, like, pixelated wave thing. No.
What is Kanye's next album cover?
Oh God.
Like, Steve, I'm gonna put it out there as someone who used to be a Kanye West fan. I can't really find myself listening to him at the moment. I could see him doing that. Just putting that out there. I could really see that. I don't think that's far fetched at all.
Yeah. By the way, the joke on Secret Optimist where I talk about Leviticus, and the joke on the special is the idea that that's Jay-Z's baby's name. The original joke was, did Kanye have a new album? Like named Leviticus. Like that was the original joke, because that's like, it would be such a Kanye thing to do. But then it became so on the nose that it wasn't funny anymore. And I had to change it to Jay-Z's baby.
Yeah, you're just like, this is getting pretty close to the old truth. I could be seeing as Israeli flag GIF.
Yisrael, what is it?
Is it something that doesn't exist? Oh, sorry. Is it something that doesn't exist on the GIF keyboard? Does it not exist?
It exists.
Oh, damn. All right. Keep going.
How did I get a LinkedIn scammer to block me?
How did you get what?
A LinkedIn scammer to block me.
Oh, you sent them an Israeli GIF?
He contacted me. He said he was from Turkey. So I responded in Hebrew saying, really, you want to do business with me? But as opposed to saying with me, I said if me, because I mistyped it in Hebrew.
Yeah.
And he said, what is this language? I don't understand it. So I just sent him the Israeli GIF flag, to which next thing I know, he blocked me.
That is fantastic. Today I got one of those like spam messages of like, oh, I met you at blah 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 party. Aren't you such and such's friend? And I just wrote back and I said, I'm 14 and I'm telling my dad. And then they blocked me.
I feel a bit lazy now.
Steve, that's how I'm gonna start responding to creepy people on the road. I'm gonna go 14. I'm gonna tell my dad, and then I'm gonna run off and grab one of you guys and come back.
That's so great. That's perfect.
That'd be very funny if you just run over like to Steve, and then everyone's like, "Is that Steve's kid? Does Steve have a kid?"
We've gotten that question
anyone
before.
has thought that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like not to. I mean, I could see that. You know what I mean? With like the coloring and the features and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not out of the. That's not absurd at all. You could.
I'm gonna start playing into it.
Yeah, I mean, in
Steve's
like,
ghost. That could be you.
Yeah, I am 23 years old. I am 23 years older than Leedy. So in some of the places we play, I'm too old to be her dad.
You get it, Steve. You're all over America. And weird Christian European countries. Also a factor. All right. Thank you, Israel. The Israeli flag gift. Getting you out of the scam.
Yeah.
Should we take a regular question? How do you feel about that, Steve? How do you feel about questions? I like them.
Let's take a regular question.
What do we got? Taylor, do you got anybody?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Caitlin.
Yay!
Caitlin,
Okay.
Caitlin.
So here's the situation. It's karaoke night. You must participate.
Mm-hmm.
And but you can't pick your own songs. You have to pick each other's songs. So the question is, what song would you pick for each other if you're in an awesome mood? And which song would you pick for each other if you're in a shitty mood and are pissed at each other?
Okay. Do other people know that we are picking each other's songs?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because if other people don't know that we're picking each other's songs, yeah. So it's got to seem like this is a song that we wanted. And in that case, I would make Dan sing Land Down Under, Men at Work. Just to see if people in the bar just assume that that's what Australians do.
Is that for shitty mood or good mood?
Yes.
So funny. He said that. I'm just like, you fucking piece of shit. Like, I think what would almost be funnier is if I got you to sing the American national anthem. Karaoke. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy? Okay.
What about All by Myself?
But the funny, I gotta say, just in the thing, it's like you're in a good mood, you're in a shitty mood. It's like, who's going to karaoke when they're in a horrible mood? You know, it's just like, oh man, I fucking hate it. Time to sing in front of strangers.
Sometimes you gotta sing it out, you know? You gotta take that pain and you gotta turn it into a duet.
You gotta tell them what you want, what you really want.
Yeah. I think that the meanest thing you can do to someone if you're picking someone else's karaoke song is make them sing a sad ballad. Because like the thing with karaoke is there is a bunch of people drinking and you're supposed, because some people do that and actually mean it, and I always find it so weird because like where they're just like belting a sad song and like the person before them just saying MC Hammer.
Dude, my dad, like he throws himself a surprise birthday party every year because of course he does. And he has like a DJ, and the DJ is so old he looks like he was invented before music, right? He's this very old man. You can do karaoke, and one night, like no one ever does karaoke, but one time, just like my dad's friend just started doing this sad ballad on his own with nobody around, kind of facing away and just in the middle of the party. It's like, what the fuck is this? And he just kind of walked away, and it was like, what, man? But Steve, what about this? What about duet? Would you duet with me? Come on.
Yeah, well, it depends on what.
What about Islands in the Stream? Kind of cute.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't think I know it well enough.
What about Crazy in Love?
I don't like that you have all these.
Like just in your pocket, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a better duet though? You reckon there's lady?
A Whole New World, both of you.
A Whole New World that's pretty good. I used to do karaoke a lot, just because when I first moved out to LA, a bunch of comics, we were in our mid-20s, and we would all go hang out at this bar that one of the other comics ran the karaoke at. And so we would all just kind of go there after our sets and just hang out. And so we ended up doing a whole bunch of karaoke. So I did that. I did a bunch of it for a while.
I think I have Steve karaoke footage.
Yep, you sure do.
And don't show it or you're fired.
2 words. Wu-Tang.
Nice. Okay.
Wu-Tang for Steve.
So in a good mood, you have certain Wu-Tang, and if you want people to be pissed at them, there's a certain song with a word that no one should say.
No. Don't you change my name back, Taylor.
I did not.
Yeah, there are certain parts of some Wu-Tang songs where you just have to go.
Yeah. The 90s was different.
Yeah.
No, but Steve, I got the one that I think I'd lay on you if I was in a bad mood and I wanted to punish you. That would be Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, I would love that.
That's a great one.
Yeah, but you got to do like 9 minutes. Like it's
Yeah.
Oh, this is a physical challenge.
You get to do 9 minutes.
Yeah. What's this got to?
Yeah.
Wait, Steve, you'd enjoy having to do Bohemian Rhapsody, trying to hit the falsetto, trying to hit their all different things. Like,
Well, no. I would enjoy knowing very well that I could not, and thus have a good time with it. Like, I know I can't sing well, and that's why it's fun. If you're someone who's actually trying, like we went to karaoke when we were in Toronto. We went to karaoke and did one of those like little karaoke rooms. And Andrew had a friend there who was a singer. Like, that's what she does professionally. But she, like, for some reason was embarrassed and wasn't, like, belting it out and was just singing super quiet. Because
She was just so shy.
Yeah, because she couldn't take not doing it perfectly. You know what I mean? Whereas the rest of us were like, we suck and we're going to have a great time.
Oh, yeah. I sounded I think I burst everyone's eardrums singing Since You've Been Gone. It was great. was a good time.
She sang "Since You Be Gone" and then we left. No, she was great. Yeah, it was. Rob surprisingly did Eminem quite well, like very very well. But
There
we
was
had
a
good-
moment when Andrew stood up too, and they were just shouting at each other across the table doing it. It's actually on my Instagram.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But like if I was trying to do it well, like that would be ridiculous. So, yeah, thank you, Dan, for giving me Bohemian Rhapsody. I appreciate that.
I mean, I just can't believe you said that you were surprised that Rob Ryan could do Eminem quite well. You mean that white guy with a big beard who plays poker is into Eminem?
All right, good point.
Thank you.
One time I was at a Burger King with him, standing in line waiting for our food, and out of nowhere he starts to rap "Rabbit Run." He didn't have the music on. He hadn't just heard it. It was just in his brain, and then he just kept it going. And there were a couple of times when I tried to like ask him, "Are we gonna take our food back to the van? Are we gonna eat it here?" And he just kept on going with the song. And was like, "All right, this is my job now to guide this Eminem drunk man towards his food. Not actually drunk. He's drunk on Eminem. Is what I'm saying."
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. He doesn't drink, so that's his vice.
Oh man, did I rap again last night? I'm so sorry. Do I have to say something?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and Caitlin. Great question. I like it. I still can't believe, Steve, that you'd appreciate being given the assignment that is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, we're getting a weird feedback, by the way. I don't know where
I'm
it's
trying
going.
to find it out.
All
right, cool.
Later. Now a good time for some drawings.
Yeah, sure. I only got a couple right now, but I can do it.
All right, let's do it.
Lady. Do ya? I wanna draw me. A leader.
Wait, Steve.
Yeah.
Us doing karaoke. We're doing "Shallow" from A Star Is Born.
Yes.
You could do Bradley Cooper. I'll do Lady Gaga. Let's
Oh
fucking
my god.
Let's
I would have to know the song first, but yes. I do understand.
man.
I know the movie. Like I know that that's a movie. But by the way, I don't know if someone is starting Christmas morning early and unwrapping something. Like, what is that?
It's my quesadillas. My wife got them to me. I thought it was muted. I'm sorry.
Someone's just like, ooh, the morning paper.
really trying to straighten it too, you know? Just really
Yeah. Someone's like, let me straighten these files on my desk here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the song well, but I'd be willing to try.
I do, Dan. Let's go.
do it. I'm like, I'll be pumped.
All right, here we go. I got just a couple. First up, I have just a little animation, Australian liberalism.
Nice.
And then last but not least for now, I have this one.
Oh my god.
The poor kid with the crick in his bag. It's not meant to be actually sad. He's just going to work at 8 years old. And that's all for now.
Ironically, works at the Fisher-Price factory making the toys.
Actually, some work he took home with him, not his briefcase.
Yeah.
I like that he's got a really long tie because he's a child, and it'd be hard to get a small tie for a child. Lady, the accuracy abounds in your drawings.
Thank you.
I'm really sad though about the cartoon baby. Everyone's like, oh.
Everybody was totally fine with the alleged miscarriage of Mary's mother. Everybody was like, "Oh, ghost baby, that's fun." And then you're like, "Oh, let me draw this fake kid." And everybody's like, "Too far. Too far."
I love it when I'll draw something on stage and everyone goes, "Ah," and I go, "Ah, it's not real."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that kid is obviously real. That kid's getting stuff done.
Yeah.
You know? Ashley,
Yeah, I
Ashley's-
don't know if you know this, but whatever Leedy draws comes to life.
Fuck. Dude.
Oh.
How many different versions of me are fucking a flamingo somewhere then? My god.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I was like, that's great. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's actually what Everything Everywhere All at Once was about. It was How many different ways and places Dan fucks flamingos?
Oh my god.
That was also, by the way, that was my favorite thing about posting that flamingo voting thing, was the people who like had serious reactions to the thing about Dan wanting to fuck a flamingo.
Look, I'm going to put it out there. A lot of people are humorless, but none of them attend this show. This is legends only.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, the amount of people are just like, I think he means it. He does it. Like, anyway, would you rather time?
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No.
I would you rather.
Sorry, quick nap. Did I miss anything?
How dare you? Great intro. Everybody loves it, and it sets the mood perfectly. Steve, we had one of our most voted in polls ever this week. Huge votes, big voter turnout. The Democrats win. The would you rather this week, did you see it?
Yeah.
Would you rather never be able to cook using a recipe or only be able to cook using a recipe? And as we just pointed out, people taking things oddly seriously. Someone, who I don't believe is here, commented on the poll being like, that's too divisive. Clearly none of you guys cook. And it's like, it's a fucking would you rather. That's the point. Vote and shut up. So,
No, you know what, Dan? When I saw that poll, I thought this is very divisive. I'm quitting the show. I thought it was you had gone too far, asking if people enjoy recipes. How dare you, you racist?
I know there's a recipist.
So you recipist. So,
so close to two really bad words.
yes, yes.
Reciprocity.
So, I thought this was an easy one. At first, because at first I was like, oh, I rarely use recipes to begin with, so it wouldn't change much to just not use any. And then I thought about, like, what about ghost food? Sorry, I just read Leedy's thing as ghost baby. What about, and this is weird, but what about, like, packaged foods? You know, where like, because if you're making something with, chicken and vegetables and rice or whatever, you don't need the exact, you don't usually measure, you just, a little bit what feels right. But if you are cooking something from a box, like, you need to do it right to figure out what's in that fucking seasoning packet. And so, like, does that count?
I don't think box food counts as a recipe. Like, I mean, like...
The instructions on the side doesn't count?
I mean, that'd kind of imply that, like, pasta being, like, it cooks in 11 minutes is a recipe.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, let's say you're doing one of those, like, pre-seasoned rice things or couscous or whatever, and it's like, okay, you put this much butter, this much water, this much, Does that count?
Use a example. You're making mac and cheese. It's a brand that's unfamiliar to you, and you're like, how do I construct this beautiful meal?
Yeah.
So, like, that kind of stuff. I think that counts as a recipe. I think you're right. I think that does count as a recipe.
Okay. I'm still going no recipes, but I'm not as emphatic as I would have been about it.
Okay. So why would you have been emphatic if no recipes? Because, like, you know what that means? Like, no recipes, like ever. You just got to figure everything out step by step.
But imagine how annoying it would be to have to use a recipe for something you know exactly how to cook.
Well, I was in my head, Steve, like, with this question, if you have to use a recipe all the time, if you're making, like, cereal, you have to look up cereal and be like, okay, milk, okay, cereal, put in bowl together. Okay, great.
Yeah. Quarter cup milk, pint-sized bowl, like whatever it is. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because Taylor had an interesting thing with it as well. It's like, do you have to use everything in the exact quantities as the recipe suggests? Which I think you do.
Yeah.
I think if it's like 2 cloves of garlic, you have to actually put 2 cloves of garlic in instead of 6, like a grown-up.
Yeah, and what if you prefer, something a little saltier than the recipe calls for, or a little more garlic than the recipe calls for?
You got to Google again and be like, slightly saltier version of bolognese.
Yeah. I would.
With the pinch of salt, like, to taste. I guess actually no. That's what gets you out of it. If recipes say to taste. salt and pepper to taste, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. And by the way, someone is reading the paper again, but
I'm hungry.
I would go no recipe. I think having to use a recipe for everything you make would be way too constrictive. I think if that was the case, I would do takeout all the time. I would just be what?
All the time takeout. Yeah, I guess takeout is the way around it. That's true.
Yeah, I just couldn't deal with it. I mean, imagine like in the morning making coffee. Like having to do a recipe for like this much water and and this much creamer and like no, that's garbage.
Yeah. Look, I agree. The recipe every time is incredibly restrictive and annoying, but you would obviously, build up a base of recipes so you can just kind of open it immediately and like you're looking at it, you're following it, but like you know what I mean? You're not really thinking through it.
Yeah.
In the same.
Recipe. Step 1, open the Taco Bell. Step 2.
Step 2, feel bad about eating the Taco Bell.
I think that would be wonderful marketing for Taco Bell, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For as many people who eat it just when they're drunk. I need instructions, cool.
Yeah, if Taco Bell came with recipes, that would be hilarious.
Take the horse out back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the one thing, if you can never use recipes, then like you're just so restricted in what you can. You know what I mean? Like obviously, kind of you see people cooking spaghetti bolognese. We've all got parents that are making like those basic ass meals. But like Steve, I've cooked a laksa. I've done it. I would never be able to do that without a recipe. Like, come on.
Yeah, I would never be able to do it without a recipe either, and so I've never done it. I would be okay with that. Yeah. I can actually, I can cook decently. I just can't, like, if someone said, make this dish, and, like, whatever name the dish had, I'd be like, I have no idea how to do that. But I can make a chicken thing that tastes good.
Yeah. Like, Poe's come hard at me in the chat here, being like, no, Dan, you are wrong. No recipes. How many of you guys are just never using recipes? Like, is that common? Just never recipes.
Yeah, pretty much no. Pause muted, so she can't.
Absolutely no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, so she can't answer it now.
Frankly, I have COVID. I'm sorry, Dan. You can do your recipes.
Well,
Yeah,
please
Pal gave it to me via Zoom.
Yeah. That's true.
Everybody's got COVID at the moment. Yeah, look, I don't know. I like because I'm a recipe person. I think I'm going the recipe. I like having I like the assurance of the recipe. It's safe when you go to the supermarket. It's more efficient.
I just realized
it just goes around and just picks stuff. I'm like, no.
That's the name of my new special.
Yeah.
Does that count? Can I use that recipe?
You use that recipe.
I have a theory that
okay.
The people who want recipes are people who are a little more adventurous in their food findings. They want to try new stuff. And people who don't want a recipe kind of stick to the same things every day.
Like, because you're a bit of a cook, aren't you, Taylor?
Yes, and I need recipes because I want to try stuff, and wasting food hurts my feelings. But if I ate the same 3 things all day, yeah, I don't need a recipe.
Yeah, that's why I'm fine.
Yeah, you're the reason I thought of this.
Yeah. I will say, though, I will say, ever since I got my air fryer, I've learned some new tricks. And now, like, and it's weird to say, it's hard for me to eat fries out now because I make really fucking good fries at home.
Yes.
Yeah, I've, like, perfected my home French fry. And it's tough to eat them outside now. They're not as good. Breakfast burritos also. I make a damn good breakfast burrito.
In your air fryer, Mary was telling me about this. Can you make Christmas decorations in your air fryer?
Out of what?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if you want to decorate your tree with a salmon,
you could probably put clay in there.
I don't know. She was just saying, like, yeah, like we should get an air fryer so I can make my own Christmas decorations. And I was like,
I mean, you made shrinky dinks in the oven, so I guess.
Do you reckon that's how Lady got her final size? Like
oh my god.
Do you even know what shrinky dinks are? Have you aged out of
I know what a shrinky dink is, yeah.
I thought that was very old school. Like, I always feel like I'm too young for like that, where it's just like, hey, you know what? It's awesome. We're gonna get this thing, put it in the oven. It's gonna be smaller. What a great afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, dude, all those toys. Did you have Crazy Bones over there?
Yes, we did.
What's a crazy bone?
Oh, it's a shitty name that no one used.
What?
But we had I forgot what we called them. Basically, they were like, Pokemon's hot. What if we made these things that were kind of like marbles, but they had faces on them? Yeah, and you played it like marbles.
They were like Knuckles as well.
Yeah, they looked like Knuckles.
Yeah, but like, did you do the thing on where you had like one on each end of a silver seed, and you'd slide it, and if you hit the person's one, you got their one, or if they hit yours, they got your one?
Yeah, but I flicked mine. We flicked it just for extra damage.
It is fun to see like current kids discovering stuff that we've known most of our lives. Like a couple years ago, my friend's kid played with a snap bracelet for the first time, and it blew their fucking mind. It was so much fun to see.
It's like, wow. Like, you know that? Do you guys have the tube?
Oh, those are great. Those are
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah. Kids are like watching like YouTube Kids and like, you know what's sick? Like, it is. You can't deny that. The snap bracelet.
The other day I was just thinking that I want like an adult tag league like near me. I know that they do like professional like tag things, but that's not what I want. I just want like people in my area to play tag with me.
Well, I was gonna say, Leedy, you could like just post that on Craigslist, but then you'll also get murdered. So
Yeah. Well,
The ultimate
win-win.
game of
yeah, they're like, tag, you're it forever.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, not so much. I also I was considering using the BFF function on Bumble, but
Yeah.
even that seems weird and creepy to me. You also can only meet women if you're a woman, and you can only meet men if you're men. And that just seems like very not 2022 to me, but you do you, Bumble.
Yeah.
You go crazy.
The Bumble has a friend function?
It does, and a business function. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, Bumble Business is the weirdest thing to me. Like the idea of like, hey, I know we're on this dating app, but here's my resume.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I haven't dabbled in that, but it might be fun. Just fuck it.
Yeah. Well, Dan, what were the results of this poll? Let's figure out this kerfuffle.
Oh, right. Sorry, we're doing a show. I was just engaged in nostalgia. And then I was like, wait, Bumble's got resumes now? That's it. That seems like a bit much. Just put your height like a grown-up.
Yeah. But if Bumble has resumes, and then LinkedIn's going to start with dating. It's going to be real weird.
Oh, God.
They're like, what skill do you endorse this person for?
Excellent knife skills.
Oh, my God.
Poll. 63% said never be able to cook using a recipe. 37% said only being able to cook using a recipe. Out of almost 150 votes, Steve. Check that out, 150.
Yeah, that's a solid amount of votes. I think possibly the popularity of your Flamingo voting has helped with other voting as well. It gets people, drives people to the polls, just like it's an election year, man. It's a presidential election, so the down ballots are gonna benefit from it.
Steve knows how to mobilize voters. You gotta love that. All right, Taylor, do we have another regular question? I'm feeling another regular.
Who did I have? Leprechaun.
Leprechaun?
A sentence that's only normal here.
He's hard to explain. Mr. McPott, how are you?
It's a would you rather, actually.
Yeah, I count that as a question.
Stop being so divisive.
Probably my mic a little bit.
What is it?
So would you rather, if every time you yawned, you would fart, or every time you burp, you sneeze?
I mean, I think it's just got to be yawn and fart, because that means I'm kind of distributing the exhales up and down, whereas like the burp and sneeze is just a lot of action for my face at the same time.
You can get whiplash with that.
Yeah. The Dan Muggleton story, otherwise known as waiting to exhale. I would I yawn a lot. Like, I yawn so much that sometimes in business meetings, I've warned people that I yawn a lot and be like, it's not an insult. Like, I don't, there are times where I yawn on this show and I just pretend I'm laughing. Like, it.
Thank you.
I mean, because I would be laughing anyway. But
and the fart is audible too. Like, it's not just like
audible.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If farts didn't smell, I think I've talked about this on the show before. If farts didn't smell and they were only audible, they would be hilarious. They would be wonderful. It's just your butt saying hi. It's great. But I yawn so much that I couldn't even imagine what that would do to a room.
Okay, in that case, if you haven't taken a shit, then your fart's gonna stink. But if you have taken a shit that day, then your fart won't.
All right, there's too many complicated. There are too many. What are those things that I hate?
No qualifiers.
Clarifications.
No clarifications. Yeah, but I gotta just point this out, Leprechaun McPod. If you haven't taken a shit that day, like, are you not? How often are you shitting, Leprechaun McPod? I'm worried here. Are you regular? Have you been having?
Generally shit once a day.
Okay, that's good because you know the regular range. Have I talked about this on the show before?
Yes, because I was like, wait, isn't the upper range like 3 days?
Yes. It's insane. Wait, is Dr. Abby here to clarify this? Have we asked her before? Sorry, Abby, I'm trying to remember this.
Abby, you don't have to. I know you're eating. Nod yes if you're okay. Okay.
Regular range for shitting is once every 3 days or 3 times a day. Like, that's the regular range, which seems like
I drink too much beer to not shit every day.
I mean,
why is beer making you shit? It should make you piss.
No,
That's true.
Beer's also like kind of like coffee. It's kind of like it's almost like a laxative.
Hold on a second. Is a pothead telling a doctor?
Yes. And where are we surprised? Nowhere.
This is amazing.
Meg is commenting on my terminology. I meet my patients wherever they are, Meg.
Yes, that is fantastic. And after this, Nate, Abby's gonna tell you where to get good weed in Northern California.
Stop smoking that weak ass shit. I know the real stuff. As a doctor could prescribe some probably pretty good weed. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, is that normal? Abby, am I correct with that? Is that rage? Have I been spreading this lie, or is that true?
No, the range of what is normal is quite wide. The people who are obsessed with always needing to move their bowels every day are ridiculous.
Whoa. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed, but I'm sad when it doesn't happen. And when I get 2 in, I tell Mary immediately just to make it jealous.
This may have been influenced by a patient I had who was nuts and wasting my time on my last shift.
Well, I mean, I think the thing that Dan does wrong is having the chart in his living room. I think that's a bit over the top.
If it's not a chart, it's a scoreboard. We tally it up, and I give her one of these ones, and I walk out of the room. It's great.
And just like last call, he needs one more to win.
Yeah, we put our bets in early on in the year. The over-under's 305. Just kidding. It's like, what, 400? 405? What do you reckon? All right.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
I reckon we move on.
No way.
Thanks, you two.
Steve, I've got a question for you.
By all means.
How many shits do you think you take a year?
I think I'm more frequent than you. I would say probably 500.
What a life.
500
500. Taylor, what about you?
I'm probably around Steve. I eat stuff I shouldn't.
Oh, is it you did the allergy thing where you're intolerant and you're like, oh.
Yeah, there's intolerance and there's I've never had this ethnic food before. You shouldn't have.
Do you guys remember the part of the show where I was like, hey, let's move on?
It's not in my notes.
Fine, Steve. This is what the people want. Wait, someone said they don't put. I'm not getting into it. Sorry, Steve. You're right. I just saw that in the chat. I was like, let's fucking figure this out.
Welcome to Poop Us Everything.
All right. Do we have a this or that or no?
We do.
By the way,
mate,
our new
nothing more to
slogan,
it. Just
our new
this all there.
slogan, it's gonna be "Ask us everything. Join the movement."
Oh.
It's a bowel time.
I just sent it to you, so get it.
Yeah, I didn't get to talk about how much I shat, right? That's upsetting. All right.
We're trying to keep this show out of the toilet. Lady, how many times do you say? Come on now, let's be part of the team.
I am so infrequent. I rarely poop. It's crazy. I have made entire tours without pooping, okay? I eat very little. Okay, let's continue. So our this or that today is entirely poop related. Buckle in. Here we go.
No,
No,
really?
It's not.
Okay.
First up, Velociraptor or Velocipede?
Velocipede. What happens after the Velociraptor drinks a Veloci water?
Oh my god, damn it.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, I think we can all agree. That's everyone's clapping, being like, "That was good." I'm like, "That was a low point."
It's so difficult though, because they have to drink it like this.
They're always using straws.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Velocipede again. What will never be the name of a car? Whereas I feel like the Velociraptor. There's already raptors, aren't there?
Yep. Ford Raptors.
Yeah.
There you go. Velocipede. It's doing nothing. What do we got?
The actual question is which coexisted with humans? Velocipede, a human-powered vehicle with one or more wheels.
Wait a minute, wrong, you idiot!
Holy shit!
What the fuck?
Oh, inaccuracy point, Dan!
Dan just loses an accuracy point.
Oh no, this is squarely inaccurate.
Yeah. That was perfectly wrong.
It's always the wrong answer.
What's the one thing that'll never be a car? Is it a car?
I know if it's just because I'm
Joy's
tired.
the most. Sorry.
I'm rattled. I'm stressed. I'm not dealing well. Like I'm genuinely. Just give me a sec. Lady, you just gotta go on.
Dan, would you like a Veloci water?
I'd like a Velocirapture. I want this all day.
That beats out Ghost Baby for the show name.
Velocirapture.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh
Velocirapture.
boy.
Baby.
I enjoy how much Taylor enjoyed that specifically. That's great. All right, next up. Sarcastic fringe head or spiny lump sucker?
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
You heard him. Sarcastic fringe head.
That was my answer.
Oh.
My answer
Okay.
was what? No, that second one. What was the second one?
Spiny lump sucker.
Spiny lump sucker. What is my favorite Old West insult?
I was gonna say spiny lump sucker. What is my favorite old timey Western porno?
Spiny lump sucker, which is not a vehicle.
Spiny lump sucker is the prequel to Debbie Does Dallas.
I was gonna say, lady, the sarcastic fringe head. What is an accurate description of Limo?
Yes, I would agree with that. She hasn't made an appearance in a while.
Yeah.
The actual question is, which fish species would make a better insult?
Ooh. It wasn't too far off.
Sarcastic is a real fish title. Wow. Hats off to that person. Next up, zombie apocalypse or asteroid strike?
I'm gonna say asteroid strike. How would you describe the fact that not a single asteroid has hit Earth so far?
The asteroids are on strike.
Yeah, I know that doesn't get laughs in America because you guys don't believe in unions anymore, but it's funny.
I was gonna say asteroid strike. What is Jeff Bezos eventually afraid of?
Asteroid strike, what was Steve hoping for while Dan was talking about poop?
I mean, asteroid strike. How do I describe a really good poop?
Zombie apocalypse. No, sorry, go ahead.
The actual question is, how should humanity end? Oh, the answer is neither. The real answer is soon. That was Limo sneaking out just a little bit.
Was it?
No, our personalities are fused slightly. That's why you haven't seen her in a while. It's just too close to real. Northern Lights.
Patrick
Sorry,
Oakley,
what?
just really quick, Patrick Oakley, here's your chance to find out if you can survive an asteroid strike. Of course, Pat has that knowledge ready to go. Feel free to check in.
It's a type of storm.
No. Go on. Sorry.
Next up, Northern Lights or Coral Reef?
Coral Reef. What's a better stripper name?
I agree.
Is that a good stripper name?
Well, it's better than Northern
better.
Lights. Well, I guess Northern Lights could work too, depending.
All that. I was gonna say, Coral Reef. What will eventually be less colorful than the Northern Light?
That's a sad one.
Yeah, it's true.
Coral bleaching? No, you guys don't know. Okay.
Yeah, that's a sad one.
You know, it just makes it sad.
Oh.
The actual question is, which would you choose for your next vacation?
Oh.
I read that wrong initially. I read, which would you choose for your next vacuum? I was very confused. Last but not least, Blue Shot or Money Shot?
Both. What don't Republicans get?
I was gonna say Blue Shot. What do I get more than once a year?
Both. What involves a prick?
All right, what is it, Ladith?
It is, which is protective against an illness that caused almost 20,000 hospitalizations in the U.S. in the past week? Flu shot. And no, it can't give you the flu. A public service announcement from your friendly neighborhood ER doc. Thank you, Abby.
There you go, Dr. Abby. Flu shot. But I do hear that, money shots do increase, your immune system. So let's just help each other out as best we can, folks. No? Is that pseudoscience? Am I peddling pseudoscience?
No, don't. Money shots reduce pregnancy.
Is now a good time to say, I know that's something sexual, but I don't know what it is?
Oh, it's a jack. Because Steve seemed to imply the money shot is only when it's outside the body, the ejaculate outside the body. That's when it's a money shot.
I think so. Because isn't it like you have to be able to see it for it to be?
It's like a porno director term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's also just used, in film. Porn just happened to take it.
That's true.
Oh.
Money shot, that's the best. That's what you need.
Taking it is the point of porn.
Oh, there are lots of porns where I don't think that's true.
Fair.
Lots of porns is a very funny sentence.
Yeah.
Is it grammatically correct? I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't.
I think it's still a money shot if you finish inside, because when I do that, I always say that's money right after. That's what I do.
Triggering LaBelle pretty damn hard.
Yeah. Or no, Dan just does that and goes, if I had a nickel.
It's a stronger currency. Why would I not? All right. Thank you, Dr. Abby, for sending through this or that. All right. We're about to get the end of things. Steve, anything to tell these lovely people?
It's starting shooting on Thursday. Follow my social media for fun behind the scenes stuff. Very excited about the whole thing.
The big racist movie.
Oh my God.
It's actually a local film. Medium racist.
Ladith, anything to tell people?
Oops.
No, please follow me on the Instagrams and support me on Patreon.
Lovely. And I just want to say thanks for bearing with me today. I filmed the special last night. It was 2 shows back to back. I got home at like 3 a.m. and I drank for the first time in like 2 months. So thank you. I'll be sharper next week. Now, later, final drawing. Shall we do it? Let's make it happen.
Draw me, lady, one more time.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. All right, first up, I have kind of a quicker one. This is if the spiny lump sucker was a vehicle.
Nice.
I'm so upset about, like, genuinely, that's going to haunt me.
Then I have the ghost baby.
Oh my god.
She looked so afraid, and she was.
Oh boy, please show that to Mary. And then, last but not least, I have the salmon and fry decorated tree. So very festive.
That's great. Tis
Air
the
fryer
seasoning.
Christmas.
I like
That
before.
is all from me.
Just a little tinsel. All right, Taylor, I forgot polls. We got some polls.
Steve's gonna need to read them because the polls like to screw with me.
Oh, polls are being weird. All right, here, I'll read them. All right, here we go. All right, I'm ending. Should I end it first?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. Which movie should Mr. Rogers be in? We've got John Wick. We've got Spider-Man, specifically as J. Jonah Jameson. That's amazing. We've got Batman, Ant-Man, and Demolition Man, so all superhero themed. And the winner by a landslide, John Wick.
Yes.
Yay. The obvious choice.
Yes. Mr. Rogers is going to be the dog.
No.
No.
Oh, wait, which dog? Which movie?
It's just fiction. All right, number 2. Your hard drive ran out of room to store things. How do you make it bigger? Tape a second hard drive to it. Plug it into an extension cord. Place it into a pair of men's Reebok Pump OmniZone. Open it up and take out some of the tiny electronic bits. And delete all your porn and have 99% capacity. That, by a hair, is the winner. Delete all your porn and have 99% capacity.
By a hair, very unrealistic in porn. Yay. All right. Love that. Good work. You really, Steve, I just want to congratulate you for really bringing Taylor's frantic energy to that second poll. I really felt it in his voice. That was lovely. All right. That's another week of Ask Us Everything. See you next Tuesday for my coronation as the last call champion.
Ooh, calling the shot.
Yeah, I don't know, Dan. I think it'd be more dramatic if we take it to the end.
Well, that's the thing, Steve, but winning is winning. That's money. Have a good week. Catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.